Okay, there we go. All right. That's working. Okay. Okay. Let's make sure this is still working okay. Okay. All right. All right. What's up, everybody? My name's Justin, and I am new to the prop trading space. I have Top Step, Tradeify, and Funded Next accounts. And I started this channel so you can just follow my journey and hopefully learn a couple things. If there's anything I want people to take away from this, it's knowledge. I don't want you to copy my trades. I want you to see how I trade, and you can make your own improvements on it and excel and become a better trader yourself. Um, so right now, I'm gonna do a trade recap from yesterday, last night, and today, this morning, as well as like the open. So let's get into it. All right. So the first trade that I took was at around 7:30 p.m. Last night off of my monthly hedge pressure level on ES. This is a dynamic level that you get from using the Rocket Scooter platform. Um, this is the monthly hedging or the prediction of where monthly hedge pressure will be on SPY at the open today. So this is like a very well guesstimate. Um, all of my trades are off of high volume pivots. I know exactly where the volume is, and I trade it, and it's as simple as that. So I took the trade here, and immediately we just started consolidating and broke the consolidation and made a newer low. And this actually stopped me out right here. And I took a loss on that trade. Um, and then we reclaimed it over here at around 10 o'clock last night. And I put it in order for another trade. And what I wanted to make sure on my reclaim was that it was going to be stronger this time around and actually hold. So I didn't enter here on the break. I waited, and I wanted to see how price was acting above the level. So I actually ended up taking it here when it hit it at looks like 5 in the morning, and I was actually sleeping. So this was just an automatic order that I put in before I went to bed. It doesn't get any easier than that. Sleeping while trading. And yeah, it ended up playing out, and I took profit about 20 points when I woke up this morning. I could have held it longer. I just didn't want to hold through the open. This market's been really volatile lately, and I was more than happy with 20 points. Um, so I ended up, it was right under 20 points. So I ended up making 400 on that trade, and that made up for the 250 that I lost overnight. So it was already green before we even opened this morning, which was nice. And then let's get to the morning. So let me pull up Rocket Scooter as well. I wanted to start today with my trade recaps because this is one of my absolute favorite trades. So I figured we'd start on a banger for day one. Um, so right when we opened, this is my absolute favorite trade. If you can see, let me zoom in here. This is a bear zone on SPY, and again, this is Rocket Scooter. So you'll get all of this if you subscribe to their platform. So this is a bear zone on SPY, right? And then we have this space, and then this darker gray is a bull zone. Uh, this gap between that bear zone and bull zone is a liquidity pocket. It is always a high volume area. There is always traders here, lots of buyers, lots of sellers. So I basically took this trade right as we opened, right about here on SPY when we hit it. There was a little bit of drawdown, but it didn't quite hit my stop. My stop was about 10 points from that bear zone top, which it never ended up hitting. Um, and my conviction for this trade, if you follow my mouse up here, so this right here, this S&P 500 DD, and then it says 0.61. The DD ratio stands for doomsday. That's like the gimmick with the Rocket Scooter. And what that ratio is, that 0.61, is the amount of stocks that are in their bear zones and their bull zones. So if it's greater than zero point 0.5, that tells you that the ratio of stocks that are in bull zones is greater than the ratio of stocks in bear zones in the S&P 500. Basically, what that's telling you is that the majority of stocks are in bull zones, so they are more bullish than bearish. So when SPY opened down here in this bear zone, here, let me refresh this so I get my liquidity map up. Here we go. Okay. So what this told me was when SPY was in this bear zone, that it didn't want to be there. That all the stocks in the S&P were going to pull the S&P up because the majority of the time the S&P follows the stocks, the individual stocks. So this is really simple. I took the trade here at 675 on SPY, and I just wrote it 10 points up to 676 and ended up closing out of that trade for 10 points. I took it on 2 accounts, and I took a third one on QQQ, so I can pull that one up really quick as well here. Now, the QQQ trade did not play out. There was a little more drawdown than there was on SPY. So I took it again about the open, and I ended up cutting it down here. It just freaked me out. I didn't like it as much, so I did take a small loss on that. But overall, I did end green on the day today. Um, in hindsight, I should have probably held through it, but I just wanted to de-risk a little bit. I was in on 3 accounts right at the open. So 2 of them were green, 1 went red, but that's okay. And then I had my morning trade as well. That was green. Um, this sucks though that I did miss out on this. This is a beautiful sandwich trade right here, from this bear zone top, and then it hits this bull zone, and then the sandwich is this bull zone to this bull zone. You basically ignore this bear zone. Like you don't even need to think it exists. And that would have been a really, really juicy trade. But unfortunately, I stopped myself out and missed out on that. But that's whatever. Um, so I will pull up my profit from today and this week. So right here, this is from today. I made $597 on the day, which I'm more than happy making. And yeah, that is my trade recap from today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, follow for more. I do want to end talking about transparency though, and that is that I am still growing as a trader. I am still newer to this space. My accounts are not that big. I'm not a millionaire. Like, I'm 26 years old. I recently lost my job, and I decided that it was time to do this full time. I've been doing this for a couple of years, and I really wanted to get into the streaming aspect of it. My friends have been telling me forever to start doing it and get into it. So I figured, why not? Why not try now? You know. Um, so, and I can actually pull up my Tradeify accounts too, as well, and you can see that, you know, they're nothing crazy. They're still brand new. Like, I'm still working these accounts along, just like as many as you are, probably doing the same thing. Um, so by no means am I some expert guru trader. I am still progressing as a trader, but I do know what I'm doing, and I do have a sense of that. So if you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it, follow along and continue to watch my journey and see me grow as a trader. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm gonna cut here, and yeah, I appreciate all of you. I'll see you on the next one.